Welcome everybody. Today we are going to do a tier list. The tier list I'm going to do this time differently. I have also different tiers, and we're going to see if you like this style or you like the old style with the overview. We are going through the dice list, and the tiers are: we have bad decks, bad dice, not relevant. It's just like nobody plays, nobody cares. It's just maybe lower ranks at the beginning you play this dice, but in the end nobody plays them. Good and very good. Decent, good, very good. Okay. So lots of dice are not relevant because you don't see them, and if you want to play them, they're like old meta, and yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Let's start with the bottom. So from the bottom, let me see. Okay, we got start with the bad dice. So we got the broken dice. Broken dice is bad. This has 190 attack. With each power up, you get 50. I don't know how his attack is when you're under class 15, but you can see even a video out of it. It just attacks randomly. So you have front units, but it attacks randomly. So it's not that great, okay? Next, we got Mind Dice. You're going to see also the video. So Mind Dice, I don't think it's good for PvP. I know you can get some SP, but for example, if you play as Mine and you play Luna, you see the monsters are just passing by, so it's not that great. Now next we got the Clone Dice. Clone Dice, wait, let me go to the Clone Dice. It's more down. Clone Dice, same thing as the Mind Dice. Clone Dice is more a co-op thing. The more dice it attacks, it can summon another clone. That's it. I mean, it can be good for a long game, but I wouldn't really recommend playing clone dice in PvP in general. Next, we got the Rim Dice. Yeah, I don't know. His damage... I don't see this dice. It's a good dice. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, let's see the stats. 580 base, changes in damage from, yeah, class up. Let's see, it changes every day, the damage, I think. Yeah, so it's too much to gamble with this dice. Come on, that's where the bad dice on the list. We don't have really nothing to say much about the bad dice, okay, because they're bad. They need maybe a buff. And there's going to be soon a video where I talk about the top 5 dice needs a buff and top who needs a nerf. And we're going to see if you actually like it. Wait, what's up? My list is not... Wait. Upgrading. Okay, so the next... Now it's going, okay. Now we have file with the list, okay. So the next dice on the list is Fire Dice. Fire Dice is not relevant. Yeah, he does some air damage, but it's not relevant, okay. Electric Dice, not relevant. Even though not relevant dice, there's nothing much to say, we're just going to pass them, okay. Low damage has some AoE chain up to 3 at the beginning, but it's not relevant. Wind Dice, not relevant. You can play it with Hell Dice, but it's better to play Typhoon Dice. Come on. We got Poison Dice, not relevant. I don't think Poison Dice is good for beginner, okay? As a beginner, it's decent, but later on, we have so many waves that the Poison is not going to do much. Unless you play a very slow deck, I think Poison is just for crew battle. That's the only place he shines, but this is a PvP tier list. So. Wait, Ice Dice is not on the... No, Ice Dice is on the list. Not relevant. Blizzard Dice is better. Iron Dice, not relevant. Just going to pass. Wait, it's bad. Gamble is not on the list. Wait. Iron Lock Dice, not relevant. I'm not going to say much. Just going to pass on Light Dice, not relevant. Thorn Dice, not relevant. Crack Dice, not relevant. Then we got Slingshot, not relevant. Then we got... Laser used to be played in the back in the days, not relevant. Infect, not relevant. Modified Electric, not relevant. Absorb, not relevant. Mighty Wind, not relevant. I mean, you can play it at the beginning. It's between not relevant and decent because it has some. It's a little bit faster than the Typhoon. Some players say. Yeah, but it's not relevant in the current meta. Wait, that's not on the list. Wait. Wave dice not relevant. Then we got healing dice, not relevant. I mean, you can increase the HP from your opponent, but we got better dice out there, to be honest. They're showing it, and then you increase the HP. Then we got rock dice, not relevant. Then we got snowball. I don't think it's relevant. It's more co-op thing, okay? Pinball dice, also not relevant. And for the legendaries, none of them are on the... Wait, there are some on the list. My bad. Time dice could be very good, but it's at the moment not relevant. Then we got silence dice. I played it. It can be dangerous, but it's not relevant right now. Star dice. I saw the breaker dice breaker. I was like, oh, they changed star dice, and I was like, oh, they just upgrade the star dice in that arcade mode. So if they did change in this breaker dice, what is it called? Breaker dice, dice limit break. Come on, when you did the dice limit break buff for star dice in general, that would make star dice very decent. What did they make to the star dice? The constellation will never change. That would be a very good buff for the star dice, but it's not that broken. It will just make the grade of the rating of the star dice. And playing around, that will make just star dice very good, okay? Just bring some of the buffs in the dice limit break for some dice. Not all dice. I mean, sacrifice its OP and others. But for star dice, that will make star dice better. Then you don't need to play switch and anything to, yeah. Okay? That's what I have to say about star dice. And that is also the last dice on the list of not relevant in the PvP right now. Okay, now let's come to the more important dice for the decent, good, and very good. Okay, so what we got here marked as decent. So gamble dice is decent, has his damage depending on your crit damage. Causes random damage to enemies. So let's see, the damage is quite big. So you see the damage is random, but it's good. Next we got death dice. Death dice also quite decent. It summons dice to your opponent's side. You can play it with Luna, but I just say it's decent. Decent does not mean you should play it, okay? Next on the list we got gear dice. Gear dice is also very good. The more gears you got connected, it gets faster and stronger. So at the beginning you see 220 damage, and the more connection you have, the damage increase as well. So some people think it only gets faster, it just gets stronger as well. Next we got an old meta dice, flame dice. You used to play it with flow, teleport. You still can play it. Yeah, it's decent. It's not a dice I would recommend playing it. The same thing goes for speed gun, speed gun dice, old meta dice. The slower or faster the dice gets, the stronger gets the speed dice. Proportion to the things that have changed. So lots of players play flow dice, and this would be very good to counter the flow dice. And next we got the berserker dice. Berserker dice I see it also as well as decent. If there are 10 or more dice on the field as a secondary DPS, then it has the area damage, but later on in the wave 6, then the berserker dice is not really doing much, to be honest. Okay. Next we got atomic dice. Atomic dice also very decent. You can play still the old meta with this with Blizzard. I don't see people using speed gun. They will rather use earthquake. I tried to play it with thunderstorm. It's okay-ish, but it's just decent. Okay. The revamp landmine dice is also on the list. Landmine. They changed the landmine dice, so you still spawn some landmines, but the main thing, you got the landmine that you see on the screen, and you can activate it or offer them. Use it mostly in boss stages to kill the enemies off faster, or the boss off faster. Yeah, but it's just decent. Okay. Next, we got Holy Sword. Holy Sword dice, you don't really see it much. It has the Divine Sword as an ability, but I think people just use Holy Sword for co-op. I haven't, all my PvP match, I never saw even one Holy Sword. I could have said I should have put it in not relevant because nobody plays it. Next, we got Shield dice, same thing. I think I saw one player playing it. It can be decent. It blocks the enemies the road, so you have some time, to defeat the. The same thing goes for Blizzard. It slows the enemies down, like I said earlier. You can combine it with speed gun, but I don't think you're gonna play speed gun. You can combine it with solar. If you have the early frost on it, you can freeze the battlefield like the Crystal Rift. Yeah. That's about it. Gun dice, I've seen players using gun dice for some reason. I mean, gun dice, it's okay. Has some rifle that, like you see, it can spread out, and it has the snipe effect, so it can instant kill monsters. For bosses, it will take and has a chance for additional damage like scope, and it takes like let's see, from bosses 26%. It depends on the class. So when you have 4 snipers in mind, dice level at class 10, it can take the boss instantly out. But you need to have 7 stars. I mean, it's possible, but with royals and everything out there, it's not that easy. Okay. Then we got on the list Typhoon. I mean, Typhoon, you see it everywhere. It's decent. Typhoon, when you play it alone, you can survive up to 3 waves, maybe 4. That's why I put it in decent. It's a good dice, but it's decent. You have the Thunderstorm supporting right now Typhoon to make the Typhoon look better, but it's mostly because of the Thunderstorm. Else you can play Wind dice. You can play Wind Thunderstorm to have the wind, the thunder effect more often. And then we got Meta dice. Meta dice, I've seen it somewhere as well. You played mostly with Bubble or something to have some stronger field than your opponent, and then you play the not the normal meta. You want the meta with the boss effect. Are they going to show it here as well or not? Are they showing it? Okay, they're just showing the normal one, but you can send bosses. Yeah, no, they're showing it as well. Okay, I was about to say, it doesn't make sense. They can send the knight or something random boss to your opponent, and that can be very, very dangerous. Okay, next on the list, we got Earthquake dice. Earthquake dice, like I said, you can play it with atomic decks. Then you can... I think that's it. I didn't see Earthquake anything else played. Yeah. Next, we got Compression dice. You see it on top. I played with it. I think it's decent. I wouldn't play it, put it in good, but the thing with compression, I wish for one buff with the compression. Okay, it absorbs the dice next to you, the energy. The higher the dot count, the stronger the faster it gets the compression. The damage is bigger than on the screen shown for me. I think it depends on your crit damage. But one thing with the compression, it always shoots. So if even there's no enemy, like the boss, you killed it already on your side, and your opponent's side, the enemy is still fighting the boss. But the compression will be still shooting the compression. But if they change the compression, like it will hold in the compression or even get stronger the longer it loads, that will make compression from decent to good or maybe very good. I mean, the tags at the moment random. Let's see. Strongest. Oh, it's targets the strongest. Oh, that's interesting. With class up, the compression efficiency goes up by 5%, and with power up, the compression speeds. Oh, interesting. So 2 seconds, because you can power up to 4 times. That's why I won maybe the PvP better with the compression dice. I played with twice. Yeah, I was impressed. Then next we got Ignition. Ignition PvP reduces the HSP from your opponent. Depending, I think, on the monsters, yeah, you can take out the SP from your opponent. So with that, you can destroy potentially recharge decks. I think against bubble decks, it's not doing much because they won't have problems with the SP. So all decks that need SP, like I said, overheat, bubble, combo that you also see in PvP, and your opponent plays bubble, guardian, ignition, then you're going to most likely have SP problems. Yeah, and the plasma shield blocks this dice. Just to let you know. Okay, now coming to the better ones, to the good dice. Okay, I don't think I've put many dice on this list. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, okay. First, good dice, non-legendary sacrifice dice. Sacrifice dice gives SP. It's also played a lot in Hyperson. It's even overtaken the summoner dice for this position. Next, we got Mimic Dice. Mimic Dice also can play a lot of decks. For atomic decks, it's seen everywhere. Everywhere you have so merge dice to harm your opponent or merge dice for your benefit, like combo. You play Mimic and Joker. Okay. Switch dice. Oh wait, we need to go to switch first. Okay. Switch dice is very good. Can be used to dodge the assassin. You can dodge the IX-10, but it's very good. The switch dice is good. It's just there for your placement with Luna as well. Now going to the next dice, we got a crack growth. Crack growth, very decent. Sometimes it goes down, but it can be also very benefit when you play it with random growth. You got it at 7-star and it goes down. That's why I put a good. The time it needs to grow is also just 7 seconds. It's very fast. Okay. Next we got bounty dice, also played with the Hyperson deck. Can be played also in other decks. It's good and not very good because this current meta you see a lot of bubbles and you can pop with this dice a lot of bubbles, but it won't place your thing. Next we got summoner dice. Summoner dice is decent. Yeah, when you merge it with Mimic, like it's also on the good list, or with Joker, or with itself, it summons dice that lower. So when you merge 2 6 dots, yeah, you can get a 6 dot as well. Yeah. So it's very good. But it's RNG, okay, and it's just good for PvP. It's not very good, okay. Next we got Solar Dice. Solar Dice is also it's good, not very good. But the current meta is just that strong that Solar is not shining. It's not shining, this meta. In other tier list, it would be very good. But in this tier list, it's just good. And mine is even class 11. Next, we got Assassin. Assassin very toxic in this current meta. So now with class up, it goes faster. So PvP, Assassin speed. So in co-op it gets slower. So the teammate has more time to react. For PvP, it gets faster, and when it gets to 15, it can be so fast that you can't react in time. Yeah. Next we got sub-element. Sub-element is mostly used. Some player played even without growth. I saw a player playing without growth, just playing sub-element, so you can have a consistently BIP level up, like higher BIP count, without having the gamble of growth, random growth, or crack growth, because you don't know what is there going to be the higher dot count or lower dot count. Yeah, but with sub element you have the guarantee. But with sub element it takes you more resources to do it than growth, or than all the growths. Okay, so that's why I put sub element as good, not very good. Also, the dice I'm naming, they're just because when I get lower, they're not in some ranking position. Okay. Next, we got combo dice. Combo dice also very good, just good, not very good. In this current meta, can be dangerous, but mostly it's not dangerous. Yeah, that's about it I have to say about the combo dice. With each merge, you get stronger. You see the damage per combo, so with higher class you do more damage per combo, and when you have 100 you see 100 combos, and you have already plus 140 of the base damage increase. That's very dangerous with combo. Okay, next on the list we got Yin Yang dice. Yin Yang dice is still good. I'm going to say every time very good. It's still good in this tier list. What did I say? I played it once when I lost because he was playing no growths and he was playing sub element and bubble. I was like, okay, I don't know what deck I was playing, but I lost the battle, and I think something with Royal and Hell and Typhoon, something like that. I didn't get any much Royals. I don't think I played Royal. I think I extend. Anyway, I lost the battle. Yin Yang can still be decent this current meta. Good. Next we got Scope Dice. Scope Dice also very good. Played in recharge decks, played in Guardian decks, played in combo decks. It's a good buff dice. So what does the Scope Dice do? It gives you additional damage. What we saw with the... Let's see the video. For me, just explaining, maybe you won't understand. So you have this, and now it can attack multiple. Up to the dot count of the scope, you can attack multiple. So now it can attack up to 5 additional monsters. Now we got overheat dice. Overheat dice, people will tell me is decent. They changed the overheat dice back in the day when you power up to level 4, 5. Then when the timer's up, it's back to level 1. Now when you wait, when it goes up to level 5, then the timer goes down. It goes down to level 4. Yeah, they shown it. Okay. Next we got the IX10 dice. IX10 dice also very decent. I played it at the beginning of the season and I got a little bit up with it. The problem is when you face in Stunner Storm decks, that dice, also compression dice cannot be triggered by IX10. Dices that can be triggered by IX10, it's frustrating. Yeah, just frustrating, okay? Because the IX10 is then useless. And then you have your ace that destroying the opponent gone. But why is it good? Because in the current meta it's mostly, not saying only, mostly Guardian and recharge. Some how you call it, Yin Yang. Then you see Hypersyn and other things, and then you have Thunderstorm. Okay, it's like a chance that it's not doing much, but mostly it will work. The IX10, unless they're playing Bubble, then you're double screwed too. But okay, Bubble is also like, yeah, played a lot. Okay, now coming to the last tier list. Oh, there are a lot of dice on this as well. They're very good dice. The first one is already marked. It's the Random Growth. Random Growth, this season, it's played a lot. I preferred, even in some decks, Random Growth over Normal Growth, because the Random Growth gives me high dot count faster if the RNG is right. It's always about random number generator, RNG, if you don't know what RNG means. Okay, you can have a 7-star at the beginning at wave 1, or maybe not. And when you play against Hypersyn, it can be also be like, oh, it's about to get up, and then it's going to snipe by the assassin. But it's still very good. Lots of players play Random Growth some play random growth with normal growth together. And if you put the trade effect of the growth, yeah, it can be very good. Okay, next we got teleport dice and non-legendary, second non-legendary, that's very good. It's still very strong since they changed it in the past that you can now sending monsters to your opponent. It's mostly played with flow decks or played with meta. I saw it with meta once, and it's still strong. Next on the list we got Sand Dice. Sand Dice, Sand Dice. Oof, I played as well in my deck. I was playing this compression instead of Sand. Normally I play Sand. I had a video with my favorite deck, but since Sand being that aggressive, that change, that how you call it, that trade of Sand made Sand broken. So you can decrease the damage from your opponent. So you'll be merging and then you sending a cloud that goes up to 80%. I saw somebody did it to me, and I did the nuke, and it didn't kill the boss. I was like, okay, I'm going to play this deck myself. I just need another Sand Dice, then I can class it up, and the duration will be increased by 1 second. Next on the list we got Joker Dice. There's nothing much to say. Joker is a dice you need to play. If you don't play Joker, you will lose your consistency of your deck. That's very important. Next we got Hell Dice. Hell Dice also very toxic. Played mostly with Typhoon. But since you can play Thunderstorm, the Typhoon deck can sustain longer because now you can kill the bosses faster. So the Hell Dice will be more toxic in the later stages. So yeah, Hell Dice very strong and very good. Next we got Growth Dice. I already talked about Growth Dice. I play my Growth Dice with the trait safety first, like it says, safety first, because I don't want any 7-star growths on my field. So when I play growth with random growth together, I'll play with safety first. The knight, no matter, nothing can change the growth into something I don't like. I mean 4, 5, 6 dot I like, but when you play safety first, it's just good 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next on the list we got Royal Dice. Royal Dice, very good. That destroys all the Yin Yang dice. And when you play with random growth, you can change your dice into random growth. When you play with buff dice, it can just mess up the battlefield like the knight does. It can destroy the bubbles, and with the guardian, when you change the dice, it takes some time to get your guardian back to your current state. Since the guardian got also the trade, it can get faster to the guardian buff. Okay. And next on the list we got Bubble Dice. Bubble Dice, if I see all the dice excepting for Joker, and I put one on the first spot of this season, it's gotta be Bubble Dice. It's gotta be Bubble Dice. Why Bubble Dice? Bubble Dice puts protection on your field. With the Guardian, it makes Guardian dice better. Protection. When I have to pick one dice for the whole season on top, it's gotta be the Bubble Dice for this season. The Hypersyn decks will have problems. Every deck, even that deck may work, it's because of Bubble and Guardian. Okay, we should put credit on Guardian as well. Bubble Dice is the top deck of this current season. Okay, Guardian, also very, very, very strong. Right now I'm playing without the trait. I should play with the trait effect. It increases the Guardian dice by 1, so for 7 stars I would have instead of 14, 15, so it would be increasing the damage. Right now I don't have it on. I should put it on. Yeah, I should. Maybe I'll do it next time. Okay. That's it about the Guardian. It's very strong for this season. Very, very, very strong. With Recharge. Also the next dice on the list. Recharge. Very, very strong. The damage goes infinite, not like Guardian. There's a limit. For Recharge and combo, there's no limit. You can go up, 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 up as high as you want. As much, as long you have enough SP for Recharge. for combo if you have enough HP or enough to merge. Next we got Thunderstorm. I put it also up here because of Thunderstorm. Typhoon can get up, surviving longer. That's it. The Thunderstorm, I would say the best place to place it. Does it show in the video in the left corner? No, it does not show. But it shows that the damage the wind dice do is so much stronger. It does additional damage. The lightning damage is a lot. It's high. Then we got the flow. Flow also very strong. Make speed up the dices on the enemy side, and with the dot count, I don't know how the mathematical how you calculate it, but can get very fast, and even though if you don't play things like the scope or the scope battlefield, it can be very dangerous for you. I mean, if you play Solar or you don't have area damage, then it can be very dangerous for you, not early on, but later on. And when you play Flow with Teleport, mostly game over as long if you don't have area damage. Okay. Then we got Luna. Luna will be always up here for now, even though in the past got lots of nerfs. Right now I'm playing with the dark side of the moon, just like only the counts of activation have changed, nothing else. Does a lot of damage, and that's it with the tier list. I try to go it as fast as possible. You saw the not relevant ones, I just passed them, and still we got 30 minutes on the video. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. If you say you like this kind of tier list, I can do them like them for each season more often. Right now, with the other one, my laptop, it's still broken. They don't want to repair it. The guarantee is over. Yeah. And building up the tier list on the phone, like picking, drag and draw. I think in game is better. Okay. And with in-game, we can still see the videos, gameplays, how the visual effects of the dice. That's why I think this kind of tier list, I know you don't have a complete overview. I'll put chapters in the video so you see which dice you want to see. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.